Hi guys, it's Tamara. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back today. We are going to end the week by talking a little bit about suicide. So I've been talking a lot about relationships and parent-child relationships and abuse by proxy and triangulation and all of those complicated topics. And so today I want to just kind of add into the middle of our discussion the topic of suicide. It's a topic that I think that we fail to look at because we're either afraid to look at it, we don't really care to look at it, or we think it happens less often than it really does. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. So thank you so much for coming back to my channel for those who are subscribed. And for those who are not and are new to my channel and have absolutely no idea what this channel is about, I encourage you, number one, to scroll through the video section and see if you can find a video that relates to you in some way. And then before you do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So then that way you can stick around with us and learn a little bit and participate in some of the discussions that we do have. The benefits for you in today's video is that you're going to learn about 3 types of individuals that I think typically consider suicide and typically talk about it. If not with other people, then at least in their own head. So I'm going to point out those 3 different people. So the first individual that I think struggles with the thought of suicide is what I call the attempters. Okay, I think that's number one, the attempters. These are individuals who either will attempt suicide if they're pushed. They have already attempted suicide because they felt there was no other way to deal with life, or they have what's called passive suicide wishes or thoughts. And that's basically the thought pattern of, I wonder what life would be like on the other side, or, I wish I could just die in my sleep tomorrow and I'd be totally fine with that. Another passive death wish would be something like, I'll be glad when I can go over yonder, right? That's kind of like a religious thing. Those kind of statements, depending on, the person's mental health and what's going on in their life, it could be a little bit of a hint that, I'm not too happy with life. And if I had the opportunity, or if the opportunity came to me, I probably would take it, right? So I like to refer to those people as attempters, that, really there's nothing grounding them to this life, that they're willing to push past whatever they need to push past to do what they want to do if the time is right, or at least accept that life is no longer there. So people who are struggling with cancer or diabetes or heart conditions, right? Sometimes they refuse treatment because they're just okay with dying. They're not going to fight. And so those kind of people to me are known as attempters. The next one are thinkers, and those are the individuals who have those passive death wishes. Those are also those individuals who think about the process of death and dying on a daily basis, but they're afraid to do it, or they feel they don't have the opportunity or the right tools to do it. So those are the thinkers. It's there, right? But they're not going to act on it. They're not sure. They're afraid. They're conflicted, right? They don't know what to do about it. They haven't even shared it maybe with other people. They're just conflicted. Now, these kind of individuals can also engage in self-harm. So burning and cutting and poking themselves to a point of self-injury. And so that's called non-suicidal self-injury, where the individuals kind of have the passive thoughts. They're not going to commit suicide, but they do want to hurt themselves. So that's non-suicidal self-injury. I think that is usually associated with the thinkers, right? They have it on their mind, they're considering suicide, and they have, but they just don't know how to act, and they're not sure if they want to. The next one is the completers, and those are the individuals who hurt themselves with the intent of killing themselves, have attempted multiple times and actually completed the suicide, or may have knocked themselves unconscious, but they came back, right? So the completers, for me, I label them completers. These are the individuals who are very serious about it, and they may have tried it and half succeeded, but came back. They were revived by a medical team or, some miracle, or they completed it and now they are deceased. And so these are the 3 individuals that I work with the most in my practice: the attempters, the thinkers, and the completers. These are very important categories to keep in mind. If you know somebody who's struggling with this, I encourage you to check out the description box below. I added some resources that you can share with them. I also encourage you to reach out to someone who can maybe give you some counseling support. It doesn't have to be a therapist, but it could be a pastor, it could be a spiritual advisor, it could be anyone that can help you think outside the box. If this is you, if one of these three categories happens to be you, or someone that you love, I think it's important to reach out and to, kind of bring in all the resources that you can. Thank you so much for being with me in this video today, guys. I encourage you to give it a thumbs up if it was helpful. Share this video with someone who may need it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.